you're already a developer and then you use ChatGPT and Claude to expedite the process, you can get shit done super duper fast because you can build out the skeleton, get stuck. You ask the AI quickly, like, yo, what's this, what's that? You can ask the AI for new features. You can ask the AI, hey, sanity check this really quick, make sure everything's good. You're working super fast. It's like having a team of people working for you. Never in the history of humanity has the ability to make money this fast ever existed. This is like the advent of the internet, but on steroids. Tonight, what I wanted to show you guys was how I built the animations, because even these animations, if this was 2018, making these animations would have taken forever. You gotta hire a designer. Then you have to hire an animator, integrate it to your application. There's so many steps. Coming up with the, first of all, I don't know if you guys even noticed, but the baby that I'm showing on screen is the app logo. So the app logo is this, right? This. And I think I just asked ChatGPT, because, you know, ChatGPT makes fire logos if you give it good instructions. I asked I asked ChatGPT to come up with a logo that fit the branding of my application. It came up with this. And then from this image, I said, yo, okay, now make me a cartoon character that I can use for all of my animations. Okay? So then it made the animation. It made a PNG image. So I think of the PNG image on the computer. I'll show you that really quick. And then we can go through the steps of what I did to actually generate the animation. So I was going to use something called Lottie files, which is good too, but it was taking too much time and it seemed like too much of a learning curve. So I figured I'll just use video, and then I will create a low resolution version of the video, small file encoding so that it would fit in the app and not take a lot of space up. So where is it? So in here, I put all this stuff in a folder. I'm trying to remember what I called the folder. I think maybe it's on the drive. Not in here. This is the icon. I don't think it's in here either. This is my thumbnail building thing. Okay, so it's definitely in the downloads. Let's sort this by modified. Did I put it in here? It's kind of funny. I don't remember I put the original image. No. Now that I remember, I think I did put it in here. Also, I don't need this anymore. Not funny. I don't remember I put this. Design files. Maybe it's in this one. This is what happens when you're not organized. Yeah, okay. So, this was the image that ChatGPT generated. It's just a PNG image, right? So it generated a PNG image. And then I asked it, can you give me several other character images for different scenarios? And I told it the scenarios. I said, make me an image for when the baby is crying. Make me an image for when the baby is drinking its bottle. Make me an image for when the baby is sleeping. Make me an image for the baby diaper changing. I haven't made this one yet as an animation. So maybe we can, well, I don't want to spend money on it right now. Actually, you know what? I can. Let's just do it. And then the baby playing with toys. So what we're going to do, let's just open this in Photoshop really quick. Yo, on the rise. Thank you for joining the stream, bro. Hope you're having a great day. He says, whatever you do, don't assimilate with the AI like a Borg. Bro, I might. Bro. I don't even know, man. At this point, this shit is getting pretty tempting. So let's go ahead and crop this down. We only have the baby on the changing board. I'm going to show you guys how I did this before. So let's just crop it down so we only have the baby in the changing board. Somebody knocking on the door. Okay. So now we have a PNG image of, I don't want to do that. We have a PNG image of a baby on a changing board, right? Transparent background. So now let's go ahead and save this as a PNG. What size is it? We can make it a little bigger. Let's just make it 1,000. Okay. And let's save it. We got to change the name of this. We'll save it to the downloads. Save. Baby. Changing. Okay. So we save the baby as a baby changing. Now we can close Photoshop. We don't need it anymore. So now we're going to go to Open Art. We're going to go to Open Art, right? Now I have hella tokens on Open Art right now. I have 11,000 tokens. This does cost money. Just a heads up. Where are my glasses at so I can see what I'm doing? So on Open Art, we're going to go to image to video. And we're going to grab the images of the baby. So we're going to grab the first one, starting frame. We'll grab our character. And then the ending frame, we'll grab the one we just made. And then we will give this a prompt. And 5 seconds is fine because it's going to be on a loop anyway. Animate. No, let's make this smoothly. Animate at 60 frames per second. A baby going from relaxing to being changed. Make the background solid black with no gradients or shadows so that it is easily seeable. Also, please do not include any shadows or reflections in this video. The aspect ratio needs to be 1:1 square. Okay. So now we have the prompt and we're going to use the Kling 2.6 model. Actually, let's see if we can use it. I used Kling before, but let's use 3.0. See if we can get a little bit more advanced here. Duration, no audio off. Let's see what it does. Let's see if it actually follows the fucking instructions because sometimes it bugs out. So now we're going to let that generate the video and then you guys will see what I do when I get the video. But there's a whole process to this, guys. And it took me a whole day to come up with the workflow because I couldn't find a workflow on the internet that worked efficiently. And a lot of apps like Duolingo use something called Lottie, Lottie. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it the right way. And I did start going through the course to learn how to use Lottie properly. But essentially it's this program. It doesn't matter video or just basically a GIF animation. This generates like a JSON file that a library can decode and it creates the animation. It's very lightweight, but I figured out, if you spend the money, like I have Compressor app on my computer. So if you have something like Compressor app, you can make a high quality video like the ones I made and just compress it to be a small file size. and it will be even smaller than a Lottie file. So that's basically what I did. And then I created an engine that renders the video in the app in the background. So the best of both worlds, the engine that we created takes both types of files. So it will take Lottie files, but it will also take it will also take video. You can use both, which is pretty good. So here I have, I'm going to show you guys how the animations are controlled. Here I have the enum that has the different states. So sleeping, feeding, diaper change, playing, relax, crying. And then it has a string value to each tied to each one of these. And all I needed to do is add my files with the names of the character states. So as you can see, I have character crying, character feeding, character relaxing, character sleeping, right? I have all of these. And then the names match up because our engine, the engine looks at the names, and based off of those names, it assigns a video. The one thing I don't like is that this was put in an insanely annoying spot. I'm having issues fucking finding it. So I'm going to find it the hard way because I can't find it the way I need to find it. Let's see. So where are we? This is the onboarding view. And it's not what I'm looking for. Well, actually, I can use the onboarding view too. I think I have what I'm looking for here as well. Let's see. Where is it? You got the progress bar. You got the steps. The first step is separated. I remember. I don't think it's going to be here. Yeah, first step is separated. Did I not put this in the background? Oh, I want to release it this weekend if possible on the Rise. I just got some legal stuff I need to take care of with it, and I delegated the work, the legal work, to somebody else. So I'm just waiting on them to come back and complete it, essentially. Okay, this is the problem. So the character view. The character view is inside of the fucking home folder where it really shouldn't be in there. So I should probably move it when I get a chance. But this is where we have the fucking. This is where we have the fucking. The controller that controls how these videos get rendered. And as you can see, it takes both types. It takes a JSON, and it can also take a .move movie. So by now it should be done, right? Let's go back to here. Let's see if it finished. Oh my God, it didn't listen. So you see what I mean when I said it doesn't listen sometimes? Oh, well, you know, we only need the end part anyway. So we might be able to get away with it. I don't know why sometimes it doesn't fucking listen. I really only need the end of this video. I'm not going to bother regenerating the entire video. Let's go ahead and download it. Okay. So now we downloaded the file. So then what I do after that is I go to Final Cut. That's the one thing that's annoying with the AI, that you'll give it a prompt and I said no fucking gradients and give me a solid black background. and it still gave me a bullshit background, but it doesn't matter because we got what we needed anyway. So let's go ahead and grab the video, get it generated, and we throw it in here. Let's add it to the timeline. Changing baby. And then what we're going to do is we're going to key out the black. So I like to, unfortunately on Final Cut, for some stupid reason, you can't change the color of the canvas. So what I normally do is I'll grab a shape. And I throw a shape behind this whole thing. This. We'll just grab white. And let's just make the white high contrast. So we'll raise the fucking contrast on it, so that it's high contrast now. And then we'll go to here, right? So now it's pure white. Then we go in here and we're going to key out the black. I'm breaking this in half because I'm going to try and key out this brown too if I can. We'll just see if we can do it. Let's start with this part though first. So let's key this out. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go back to the to the effects. We're going to go to Luma key, which is just taking darks and lights. We're going to throw a Luma key on top of this. And then we are going to drag this until we only see the baby. And as you can see, this one is kind of giving us a little bit of problems. I can break this in half. I get the colors in here. But as you guys can see, I'm just fiddling around with the Luma. Ironically, almost. This one's actually hard to do. This one's actually hard to do. Like the ones I had yesterday were way easier for some reason. Let's try and it's okay. We can get away with that because what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this in a second. And then I'm going to smart. So now we're going to go ahead and remove this Luma. That. And we're going to go ahead and make this. So this is just the full original image. And we're going to go ahead and do a magnetic mask on it. See if we can get a good one. Damn, the AI did shit job at defining the lines. Let's just see if we can get a good one. How close can we get it? There. Damn. This one's actually hard to fucking do. I don't know why though. That's close. Okay. That's pretty close. So then now we're gonna go ahead and have it analyze the image. I think we might have got it though. And then done. Not perfect, but it's better than. So now we can get rid of the first part because the first part has this gradient. It's gonna be the gradient would probably make it incredibly impossible to fucking like. I don't think I can clip this out from there. We can try really quick, but I don't think it's gonna be easy. It's gonna be extremely fucking hard to do because a stupid ass AI didn't listen. So yeah, because you see how there's like a gradient. Maybe I could do a color mask on this though and just maybe tune out the color. I think doing it this way. Let's get rid of the Luma mask for a second. I want to see something. And then if you do the green screen mask, and then I think with the green screen mask, you can choose the color. Yeah. Is there an eyedropper though? There's no eyedropper. Nope. Damn. Why would they not add an eyedropper to this? See, when it's green, it's so easy to do, but this is not green. I could have asked the AI to give me a solid green background. That also works, but I don't like doing it that way because sometimes it messes up the fucking image. Damn. Damn, they really didn't add a fucking feature. They should just add a dropper. It's okay though. We got what we needed anyway. So then get rid of this. So now this image is transparent. It has a transparent background. You can't see it because it's on black, but it does indeed have a transparent background. Now the trick is that when you export the video, a lot of video programs will flatten the image, like the what are they called? The frames. They'll flatten the frames and rasterize it, and this transparent background will turn into a black background. And we don't want that. We don't want that. Let me see here. Yeah, on Final Cut, I don't think Final Cut is even designed to handle transparencies in video, because they don't even give you the option to show the grid, like the canvas doesn't have even the option to show transparency, which is extremely annoying. And you would think that in 2026 they would have added that feature already, because like people make videos with transparencies all the time. But apparently whoever designed this program, Apple, they just, I don't know, they think it's not necessary, which I think is stupid as hell, but who am I? So let me just see if I can refine this a little bit more, because I want the lines to be cleaner. Oh shit, I forgot we don't have the background anymore, so we can't see. We gotta throw, the reason we throw this white background behind this is because remember that in Final Cut you can't see a transparent background, so we gotta throw something behind it so we can see if we're fucking up the lines or not. Obviously the top layer is perfect because I've masked it, but the borders are not going to be perfect. So that's what I'm working on right now. Just getting the borders to be a little thicker, or at least cleaner. So maybe like that. We can make the edges out. Can we? Don't want to soften them too much because then it makes like a weird shadow and it doesn't look good. Okay. And now let's play the video back. Let's see what it looks like. It doesn't look perfect. This animation was not as clean as I needed it to be, but it's fine. So now we're going to export this with transparency. This is the tricky part. We'll let it process for a second, and then we're going to export it with transparency. He says, are you doing a beta version or a full release? It's a full release on the rise, but it's basically a beta. We're going to be beta testing with real people. Okay, so that processed. So now let's go ahead and export it. So when you export this, you need to make sure that you export with whatever program you're using. You need to make sure that it's set to Apple ProRes 444, which means it's going to keep the alpha. The alpha is whether the background is transparent or not. because all the other formats like 422, the numbers that are here represent the color range that the image has. 444 means it's maintaining all the colors plus the alpha, which is whether the background is transparent or not. So we're gonna grab the 444 and then we're gonna send this to compressor because unfortunately, Final Cut cannot export videos with the transparency. So we send it to the compressor, which is another program. And this is where the real magic happens. So then in compressor, this is compressor. So in compressor, I already set up a new HEVC format. I'll show you guys really quick, called small alpha. So it's an HEVC small format video. We're going to raise the quality up to, where is it? Okay, so encoder type, we're going to change it from faster to slower, higher quality. We're going to keep the quality at the best range. And then resize filter needs to be linear, so this is fine. So this is the program that actually makes this makes it so that we can create a transparent video, right? The most important part is that it has to be HEVC and that you need to say preserve alpha down here so that it keeps the data that informs the rendering system that the background is actually going to be transparent. Otherwise, it will put it on a black background, which is what we don't want. And the way it does this, by the way, if you guys are curious about how it works behind the scenes, is it's really creating frame by frame in PNGs. And since PNGs hold alpha, when they get put together again in a video, frame by frame, it will maintain the alpha that was originally there. If you remove this, it's basically creating JPEGs. So then we're going to grab the preset and we're going to throw it on there. Okay, and then we're going to export this. Okay, so now it's processing. Okay. And now we have, minimize this. And now instead of us having a baby on whatever background this was originally, a black background, now we have a baby on a transparent background. And then this image, I don't really need it in the app because when you're changing the baby's diapers, it happens instantly. It's not like something that happens with time. But I just wanted to show you guys the process of creating the 3D, the animation. And obviously I can make this animation longer. The main problem we have is that the prompt that was generated with OpenArt was not clean enough. Like if you look at the other versions of this that I've had, the lines were way cleaner than this one. I don't know why. I told it specifically, please do not include any shadows or reflections in this video, and it still fucking did it. I said no gradients, solid black with no gradients, and it literally put a gradient. So that's annoying. That's annoying. And maybe it's because I used the Clinch 3.0 instead of just using the Clinch 2 that I was using before. I don't know. I'm sure there's plenty of other ways you can do this. But what I like about this workflow is that the file, when it's done, if I go in here and I say get info and look at the size of the file is only 3 megabytes. It's literally a 3 megabyte file. But the reason it's so small is because we have the compressor tool. I actually had to buy this tool yesterday to get through the flow. It's like a $50 tool, but it's worth it because it has a bunch of fucking video encoding formats and you can get a pretty big video and bring it down. Like if I had like a video that was like 9, 8, 10 gigs and I throw it in here, I can make the video literally megabytes. So it's a pretty good tool. I've had this tool in the past. It was a pirated version, but you know, now I got money so I can buy the real version. I don't need to pirate it. I don't need to be a fucking scumbag pirater. So I don't know. I just wanted to show you guys that. I thought it was cool. Anyways, drop some W's in the chat, guys. I hope this isn't too boring. I'm surprised we don't have more people in here. I really do.